Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Great North. We are in Norway in week 7. My name is Zotomo, and I'm joined as always by my co-caster Calamity. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Yeah, Norway, probably the trickiest thing about it, Calamity, is how long it is from north to south, a very stretched out country like its Scandinavian neighbors.
Yeah, that's one problem because in Formula G most of the time with the 5 minutes, unless you really know where you are in all of the rounds, you're not getting any points anyway. But yeah, in
Mm.
general, you lose points relatively quickly if you don't know where you are because landscape wise, there's not really that much of a difference unless you go really far north. So if you don't have enough clues, you might be out of a lot of points very quickly.
Indeed. Well, who are our 5 drivers today, Calamity?
We've got Mr. Blue, Harp, M. Wickham, and us two.
That's two. Great. Well, let's start with Mr. Blue. Had a very good week last week in the Czech Republic, and let's see if he can do that same here in Norway in round number 1. Okay, and well, having a lake to our entire left side is pretty nice. Well, right side now that he's turned around.
Yeah, there's a lot of lakes in Norway, though. It helps for pinpointing in the end, maybe, but it
Yeah.
doesn't help you to find where you are.
Yeah, if you're gonna look for a lake, I think you might be better things to do with your life
Yep,
than finding the right lake in Norway.
kind of like look for an
Um,
island.
mhm. Yeah, like, yeah, let's go to the Philippines and find the right island or something like that. Yeah, good luck with that. But no, very nice, beautiful, jumping back and forth between some snowy winter coverage and some nice, looks like autumn coverage here
Yeah, I'm not
as
really
we head
that
along
great
the
with
lake.
seasons, but you could be right.
Yeah, it's a little bit orange, so maybe the fall colors are trickling in, but I'm not really sure how Norway works, right?
Mm,
So, but yeah, it could be tricky to find anything. We've got a long stretch of road. Might have to work ourselves around the entire length of this.
Yeah, the problem with lakes is while they may help you in pinpointing a bit, usually there's no major intersections right next to a lake. So you,
Yep.
you sometimes have to travel quite far to get to any useful signs if you get unlucky.
Yeah, and this doesn't appear to be anything of a major highway, so lacking any signs at all. I think we've seen only a few, and that's just been curved signs.
Mm,
Oh, here's the winter, frozen over now, and it's just a clicking game.
yeah,
2 minutes of just clicking.
looks nice, but I wouldn't want to be driving along there.
No, if you're on vacation, yeah, but
Yeah, in this weather, sure, but not in winter.
it's really funny how every couple clicks the weather changes. Like the Google coverage seems to maybe a bit overlapping.
Yeah,
And as you can see, this lake keeps going. So it's really going to come down to Calamity is who can get around this lake or get to one of the signs first.
yeah, that's not going to be useful. I
That's
just
not.
noticed as well there's 3 different seasonal coverages basically. There's this,
Mm.
then there's the kind of winter, and then there's the sort of the in between.
Yeah, there is one with where the sun is a lot lower down in the sky. So very interesting road we're on, to say the least. And fortunately, it has yet to give us anything. Oh,
Yeah, that's
there
the
was a
that's the one between winter and
yeah,
fall
yeah,
kind of.
definitely a little bit different here. Couple of signs finally after 3 minutes, and they're curve signs. I
Yep,
hate when you do that, right? You turn around, oh, it's a curve, of
yep,
course,
all of them.
and he's just got to keep going.
Yeah, he's
So
sticking with
this
it.
is the yeah. I definitely think you should though. This is not the kind of round you want to turn back. You know you're on this loop around the lake. The other way is going to be just like this, probably just as long. And as someone who went the other way, it was. So, and there's our first glimpse at something, but again, very small. 3 kilometers away.
Yeah, it's always a
Oh, and he will go back with a minute left. Well,
yeah.
let's see what
There's
he can see.
purely talking about statistics. There's no difference between continuing and going back if you
Hmm.
assume that it. You might have a sign around the other corner, no matter which way you go. And there we go. There's that sign.
There is something. There is a road number,
Yep,
362. If
that's
he
all you
knows
need.
where that is, now you can spend the last 40 seconds or so looking for it around a very long lake. But as you can see, that will be fun.
He needs to zoom in a bit more. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to see those white. There's the 280. Check another long lake. I think again, there's so many. There's a 362. Finally finds it. 20 seconds left. Somewhere around here, there is Va. I don't know.
More
What does the circle do to the A?
kind of like an O. Not quite,
Oh,
but kind of.
like a volt. There
Yeah.
we go, and he gets it with only a few seconds left, using every minute, and that saving grace of a number at the last second, Calamity. So definitely, at least in this time, going back was well worth it.
Yeah, kind of got unlucky in the first place that he went so long in the other direction and found nothing, and then he got really lucky that he found the 362 in the end.
Yeah, he almost clicked right past it as well. If he would have just kept going, he would have seen absolutely nothing. Luckily, he did take his time, go back a few clicks to make sure that sign didn't have anything on it, and it paid off for him there. Well, an ace for Mr. Blue here. How did everybody else fare in this round?
Generally quite a lot of aces all around. Just Emwick dropping about 2,000 points. Too far to the southeast. He found the 363. Bit unlucky there.
But in the wrong lake. Yeah. I think I missed a point on this one. This was my bad round.
Oh yeah, you did. I didn't
Yeah.
notice that before.
I think
Yep.
I was just a little bit too far down or up the road. I don't
Up.
remember. One of the two.
Too
Up
far
the road.
north, yeah.
Yeah. Just outside of that. Okay, well, let's see how Carp handles round number 2 in this one as we get into this. And if it's anything like, oh, it's nothing like round 1.
Yep.
We're in a town next to a couple, looks like a big company, which might be good for pinpointing.
Hmm.
And it is his video that's that laggy. Nothing I can do about that. His recording's a bit choppy. So
I don't know what he's seen that made him go, okay, here it is.
well, I gotta remember he is the one who is working with, and his teammate is a native, right?
Yep.
Labon Greb, right? So is from Norway. So perhaps his teammate just spawns in. Okay, this is a northern or a more northern city than Oslo area, at least. Heimdale Industrial 7. That'll be good for pinpointing once we get the exact area of town.
Maybe Laban Greb is from Trondheim.
That if he is actually from the city, that would make a lot of sense.
Because it is like a very, very small suburb that they found. So, I mean, it's possible, but I'd be surprised
he's already got Heimdale right there on the map.
Yeah, if he just knew that because it's in the same country that he's from.
Yeah, maybe not exactly the same city, but maybe he's close by, has been here many times.
Yeah, it's kind of like you knowing a random suburb of Sapporo, for example.
Yeah. It's a little far away from where I live, but
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Just somewhere in your country, you just happen to remember something. And there's a library to the north and the Mecca company to the south. And there we go. No time at all. 5K for him there. Definitely helps to have teammates from the area. I think it's worth mentioning. We mentioned it in the show, Calamity, but there are, what, 5 Norwegians in Formula G?
I think there's 4. There's Laban Greb, there's Anaglu, there's who else? Moist Flubber? Is he
Yeah,
Norwegian?
that sounds
And
right.
Oddbocker.
Yeah, and then we have a couple other Northern Europeans as well, Scandinavians. So very familiar turf for quite a few people, and that might help a big factor in our scores for this round. Yeah, so an ace here for Carp. Everybody else, Calamity?
Looks like aces all around. Yep.
Even if you didn't see, they didn't see much because of how fast they went, but nearby there was a train station, and there were a couple road signs down the road if you're able to find. So plenty to use for pinpointing in that round, making it a much easier, at least in terms of your finger round two compared to round one there.
Yeah, I hated it
So
regardless.
okay, we'll jump on to round number 3 here with M. Wickholm, and we'll see what we've got for us. And along a mountain and right next to a sign, you can't click. Oh, you can click a little bit backwards. There we go. Voss, Romenheim, Mo, E16569. Couldn't ask for a nicer sign.
I mean, you can always ask, but
Well, yeah, you could always ask, but you're not always going to get one.
mm.
He's looking at an interesting place. I don't think that's the right Mo.
Yep, that's the wrong Mo.
He's looking for the E16. That's the E6 and the E12. So he's going to start skimming down, looking for those.
Mm.
But yeah, the European road network is pretty big. You don't have to zoom in too far. There we go, the 39. Follow that until you can catch the 16. And there's Mo.
Mm.
And there's the 569.
That the police outside your window? What's going on?
Probably. It is October now, but it is still god awful hot every evening.
Mm.
And I just had to keep the window open. Apologies for that. There we go.
Pretty big intersection here, yep.
If he checks these signs, he'll be able to figure out what intersection it is. We got it just under a minute, 3 minutes and a half to go.
Yeah. Not that one. We're getting closer.
Yeah. Just checking all the bigger major ones. It would be better to check these signs first. And there we go. Oslo, very far away.
Yeah, there we go. There's the town that's 8 kilometers away. And if he goes like and looks a little bit around there, he'll see the tunnel. I'm assuming he saw it. I'm not sure.
Sure if he did.
I don't think he'd need it. It's just nice confirmation to have.
Yeah, that intersection's not too far off. This road is pretty straight, leading into a curve. It's a curve to his right, so he'll want to adjust for that. You don't really he hasn't had to move a whole lot. He's been doing a lot of map thinking and searching, but his actual camera hasn't moved too much.
Yeah, that's quite usual. If you spawn right next to a sign that has all the information you need, pretty much.
And then intersection just north of you.
Yep.
Right, there we go. There is supposedly a river on the map, but haven't seen one quite yet. Gotta be pretty small stream running underneath the road.
You never know in Norway. Maybe it's just currently frozen over higher up the mountain.
True. Seems to be trying to judge exactly how far from this curve he might be. And curve behind him as well. He's already off of a perfect game, so he's gonna probably use all his time here, make sure he does as well as can be expected. Try to get that ace.
Yeah, there comes a certain point where it doesn't really matter anymore because you're not going to get more from just moving around.
Yep. And you too, for only €2 a month, can avoid these kinds of ads in your games and get unlimited games in Google Street View. Thank you, M. Wickholm, for the advertisement. And he will get an ace just inside the 25-meter mark as well.
Yep.
But it is enough. It is enough. for that. Oops. Can I see his score again? Nope, I cannot. There we go. An ace for him on that one. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Even in Wickham here, not moving a whole lot at all to pinpoint that one, Calamity.
Yep, that was the round of death, though. 8 perfect scores lost because of this round.
Ouch.
Just because there was nothing really for pinpointing that would get you close enough, for sure.
Yeah, it looked like M. Wickham kind of eyeballed it and got a bit lucky. We do see there's a split in the road just north of the pin. That might have helped a little bit. But again, pretty straight stretch of road and come down to a couple meters of a guess. Okay, well, moving on already to round number 4. And we're going to see how I can do with this round. I believe besides M. Wickham, I'm not even on a perfect game. Are you and Mr. Blue still on a perfect game?
Mr. Blue I lost my point in the last round there.
Okay, so that was one of the ones that lost it. I'm on 14,999, having lost a point in the first round.
So did Carp, by the way, who also lost his perfect game in that last round.
Yeah, so there we go.
Hammerfist.
Fest. Yeah, I can't really quite read it.
It's Hammerfist.
Yeah. It is an airport. So we've got an airport. Looks very far north for sure.
Yeah. This view doesn't look as far north anymore. But if you
kind
of depends which direction you look. It looks very far north if you look towards the north, and to the south it kind of just looks like could be anywhere in Norway.
And there's another Mecca. Obviously a nationwide company. Head into town here, see what we can find. Nice roads. On the coast. At least that's something.
It could be a very, very big lake.
It could be, that is true. And I guess what is Norway is very famous for its fjords, so it could be a fjord. There we go. Hammerfest, Melkoya. Still no real road numbers, but it looks north, so we're going to start from the north and start scamming down. See what we can find. Make sure I can see those on my side of the screen there. And start looking. Oh, there is Hammerfest. I thought, because it has yellow, right? There's a yellow town and there's a white town. And I thought, maybe the yellow town is bigger.
That's because the yellow sign is pointing you towards a town and the white sign is pointing you to an industrial area.
Ah, okay. But in this case, an industrial area shows up before town does.
Hammerfest is not the industrial area. The industrial area is Hammerfest LNG.
Ah, I see. I got you. And then found the town.
Yeah, because
road heading to our sort of south.
You can't really point you towards Hammerfest if you're already in the town.
Yeah, I guess that is true. We're in Hammerfest. There is the Lufthaven. No, we're not that far up. Maybe we are. It's been a while. It's been a while. Because that was the kind of thing, like, okay, which road is this road leading off to?
Yeah, it looked a bit off because it looks like the road gets smaller on the map, but it doesn't really.
Yeah, like this might be a turnoff up the road, but nope, it has to be that road. It's off to the south there. It has to be that one there's a little creek. There's the big building. Check across the road. Sure enough, there's another building. About as good as it's gonna get. And we'll guess and 5K for this one as well. But yeah, again, Calamity, Norway really not throwing us too many curveballs except for that first round. That you had to click a lot, but you did find stuff at least.
Yeah, Norway, generally if you find signs, it's relatively easy to find out where you are. The only tricky part about Norway is spawning on a road where there's just no signs.
Yep. Or on a small little island and you don't realize you're on an island. And Yeah.
And even
Look, spend your whole 5 minutes on the mainland.
even if you
So,
do, there's like 700, probably 700,000 small islands.
yeah, good luck. Good. How did everybody else do in this one? Aces around?
With the exception of Emwacom, who dropped 32 points, everyone, not only the people we're showing, but everyone in the competition got a perfect score.
Very nice. Yeah, that airport is a pretty easy to find point of interest, and the major road just south of it, not too bad either. Okay, well then let's move on to round number 5 with you, Calamity, and see how we finish off this game. As you can see, you are just 1 point off a perfect game, 19,999. And more rural of a location for once. Bus stop, though, so it can't be too far away from a town. And that actually was a golf course right next to that spawning location. So,
yep.
Golf courses are very nice for pinpointing. They definitely help you out. They're big. They show up when you're zoomed out quite a bit. Can really help you. And now it's just about finding a road number. But there's plenty of signs up here. There we go. The 40. Larvik. Utingfoss.
Yeah, not cities that I've heard of before.
No, but see if you can't pick up the 40. Oh, there it is. Sure enough. There is some of the towns. And actually, you just saw that golf course as well.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to the golf course.
But we also have a road name on that little side road, so looking for that would be useful. Check all those little roads. It's got to be here somewhere. And there it is. The golf course right there. We are just south of that turnoff. And looks like within 2 minutes, an ace is pretty much in the bag.
Yep, just confirming quickly. But yeah,
It is,
because
curve,
as you can see, there's 2 roads of the same name next to each other. But yeah.
And it takes a little bit longer to process the last round, but that will mean an ace for you as you go really quickly through it. Having a hard time even stopping your pin in time. But yeah, an ace for you as well, Clemmy. That means you finished 1 point off a perfect game. Probably happened for a few other people as well, I assume.
Definitely, but not based on the last round where, again, we dropped 5 points from Enaglu, but no other points dropped. Which led to, in the end, 24,990 points, giving me 14th place.
Ouch. Yeah, a lot of 25s and 24,999s means that distance really became a factor in this one. So every meter really counted for this. But yeah, I mean, as Norway maps go, I think our racers can be pretty happy with it in terms of it wasn't hard to find. But that might also make a few people a little mad, right? Like, I wanted it to be harder. That way there was more of a gap at the top of the table for me to exploit, especially our 4 natives would have wanted a harder round so they could take advantage of their local knowledge.
Yep, definitely.
But in the end, it was very nice to play. I was very happy with it as someone who's not too familiar with Norway. So I think a lot of our the kind of mid-table drivers were pretty pleased with that one.
I'd be happy too if I got points, yeah.
Do you know how many meters you missed out on points by?
A lot.
Do you have it?
I mean, it was pretty much based on, in the round you dropped 1 point, how far were you away, and I was pretty far away.
I see. How far you could lose that 1 point. Very nice. Well, thank you all for watching. We've only got a few more weeks left, 3 to be precise. Well, we've got South Africa coming up next, which will be a very interesting country. Pretty well signed. If you're in a good place, just like Norway, but it's a whole lot bigger. So we'll see you all then. Take care.
Bye.